So is the interpretation of that dream correct? Yes. So basically, I just wanted, I remember a couple months ago I did one, kind of broke down by each half month how we were going to go. You know, the flow of our cultural, political country here up to the election and past the election. And it's going to be pretty wild. And I had a dream the other day where I was really tired. So I laid down on the floor and closed my eyes, and I went into a dream. And I came on the plane from the back of the plane. It's like a 737 where you used to go through the rear. And I walked past everyone in the passenger, you know, what do you call it? Lower class, economy class. And it was packed. It was really full. It was hundreds and hundreds of people were in this plane, and it was dark. All the windows were closed, I think, but it was dark as I remember. But everybody was there. It's dark, and I walked to the front of the plane where my seat was, and my seat was in the front row. I was right behind the pilot in this dream. I had a window, and I could see out the window in the front. I saw the instrumentation, and everybody else was in the back. They couldn't see this, and the pilot said to the other one, they were looking at the weather radar, and they said, wow, this is the biggest, worst storm I ever saw coming. Prepare for a really rough flight. And the people in the back did not know this. They couldn't hear it. And it was like a biblical storm. They were really impressed. This was the mother of all mother storms. But they were going to go anyway. We're going to go down this. And before I knew it, the plane was flying, and we didn't taxi or take off from the runway. It was like boom, without warning. That was the key. Without warning, we're gone, flying. I could see out the window, flying, and we flew right really close to a building. And I go, well, that's going to take the wing off. It didn't. We kept flying, you know. And then I saw that a tunnel coming up, a train tunnel, and we're going to go through the train tunnel. And I could see it, and I go, well, this is going to take the wings off. And that's about when I woke up. The point, there's a couple, you can play with all sorts of things. Without warning, we're going to go into a very difficult time. But implied in the dream, we're going to make it. We're going to make it to the other end. But it was going to be a really difficult biblical time. And just be aware of that, to stay grounded, as it were. And we're going to go through this dark tunnel, and we're going to come out the other end. And hopefully it's not too bad. But that's what it's kind. The country and the people are not prepared. They don't know what's coming. And that was the cue. And this is going to start. Boom. It's going to start. And we're coming up to the conventions next month. And I don't know, let me see, how is a Republican convention for violence and political and security and the virus? Go. How is it going to be positive or negative? It's going to be positive. It's going to go well. Are they going to go back to one? Are they going to cancel the Republican convention? No. Are they going to cancel the Democratic convention? Oh, maybe 50% chance. It's on the Democratic side we have issues. Could you show me 50-50, positive, negative? Show me the Democratic convention. Is it going to be positive or negative politically, culture, economically, and the virus and everything else? It goes negative. I'm just trying to see if it's a -9 or 10. That's my debate. -9. It's going to be a bad convention. And what support of the Bernie supporters will support come out in November? What percent will vote the Democratic ticket? what percent of the Bernie supporters will support the... You know, go. Go. I'm not really getting, it could be the wind, but I'm getting about, I did this a couple months ago and I got 40%. Now I'm getting like 50, maybe 60%, all right? So that's their issue. That's why Biden, ostensibly, he's going to be on the ballot in November, and there's a good chance he won't, as you know. Everybody's like trying to guess who won't. There's a possibility he could be it. He could be on the ticket, but I'm leaning against that. Anyway, the Bernie supporters are critical to the Democrats winning. They really need it, and you're only getting 40 to at best 60% of the Bernie supporters showing up. That's not good for the party. They have to, and that's why Biden, he pretty much signed off on a platform that has most of what they want. They want to do just crazy stuff, but like look into defunding the police, look into reparations for Patrick. Does Patrick need reparations? I think I do. And that would be nice. And all these really extreme positions that will not heal the nation, will further divide the nation. And Biden sort of signed off on it, you know? And so that's going to be a big problem for the independents. So as he embraces Bernie, and don't forget, Bernie hates America. Bernie hates, when you dowse him, how much does Bernie Sanders hate America? The extreme hate is on my right, please, and middle hate is straight ahead. It hits me. It hits me. It's a fire. They got these big helicopters for the fires. They're further away, and they come right over the house. They come right over me, going to the fire. So we're getting people who want to see the end of the United States, the destruction, like Omar, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren. And even Obama. Their ideology is this Bolshevik stuff, and that's why the Antifa and what's the other one? Black Lives Matters have not attacked statues of Lenin, which are several. So why is Lenin in this country not being attacked? But George Washington is. That's everything wrapped up in a nutshell. That's all you have to know. Oh, there he is. It's a big one. And they go over the fire and they, I think they drop water or retardants. They have both. And I don't know why he flies that far. Anyway, that's what I was going to say. So this isn't an existential election and time for the United States. And if Trump wins significantly, it'll allow us to set up and get our oars in the water for the coming changes that are coming, and it'll help the country overall do better. But now there's a small if there. I don't have the possibility. It's very small, but there's a chance. You know, everything perfect, everything lined up, and they're trying to take over the country, and they may even try to sabotage the election so far that the country cannot even decide who the winner is, because they're calling this an illegitimate election already beforehand. So if it doesn't go their way, they go, well, we always said it was illegitimate. But I don't get that. I get Trump perseveres, and we're going to go this way, but it's going to be a lot of violence. And the virus is just another psyops on the American people, and it's not Trump doing it. Trump is trying to open the classroom. He's trying to open the businesses, but he's being really, without having control or even a fair mass media, the people don't know what the truth is. They don't know what the truth is. And every time I do the virus, it's like it's nothing there. There's nothing there. They're doing this to control us. They want you to wear the mask. They want you to do social distancing. All these things are oppressive. It's oppressive on the soul, and they're oppressing your freedom. And by doing this, you agree to take away your personal freedoms. You agree to these people being in control. That's kind of implied in what's happening. So I hope we just get through this okay. And I do think the divine hand is here. I think the divine hand has helped Trump win the first election. And you know, you keep thinking about Jeff Sessions, why he recused himself, and he pretty much torpedoed Trump's first 4 years in office. And he's still going around saying he did the right thing. I don't know his issue. He actually supports a lot of the Trump platform and the things he's doing. He agrees with Trump. And somebody told me he was a senior executive service type person. So he's part of the deep state. He actually came up as a prosecutor, I believe. And so he's tainted by the deep state. And he might have been, you know, a lot of these people are blackmailed through their spouses and things, you know. And I think or their families are threatened, things like that. So he really did major damage. And I don't know, I don't care if he's reelected or not. I mean, elected to the Senate. What else is there? Did I say Bannon hates Trump and his agenda? Okay, we know that. Everything he's talking like he's pro-Trump, and the Trump is great and blah, 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 and he's bad-mouthing to China. No, Bannon is just for Goldman Sachs first, Israel first. I hate to say it. He's working for Mossad. Oh, that lady Ghislaine Maxwell. She's just a spy. Her father was a spy working for Mossad, and between him and the guy who owned Murdoch, they owned all the tabloids and newspapers in England, the UK, and then Murdoch came over here and start buying up things too. And I think he's basically a Mossad agent too. So that's kind of what's happening there. And we got to fix all this. We got to get people and networks that are for the American people, the middleman, the working man, and we just don't have it. We just don't have it. Everybody's are little secret agents. They are. They're all agents. And when I say Mossad, a lot of this time these people are also working for the CIA. There's an aspect that's very close to relationship, and you can't tell the difference. For example, the assassination of John F. Kennedy, the president, is probably both those aspects together. They worked together to get rid of him, and you know, everybody was involved. Everybody was involved, and the whole Kennedy family knows who's who, and we'll see what happens. Who else did I thought was interesting? That's almost now Mattis and Kelly. I told you about those two generals. They were never on board, and it makes you think: did Trump hire them to study their network